Hello, hello, hello. Good evening to everyone. Happy new moon of Aries. How does it get any better? What else is possible now? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you guys all joining in. Hope that everybody has had an amazing day. What an incredible energy today. Honestly, I just felt like all this magic happened today. It was like one thing after another that really had me going. Had me going in a very, very exciting way. I hope that you guys all felt that way too. Hi, Becky. Okay. Are you ready to play? I don't know. I don't know if you really are ready to play, but we're going to play. So this evening, I'm going to talk a little bit about the energy of Aries, number one, about the energy of the new moon, number two, and what to expect about this particular exciting new moon. Okay. Because this is not just any new moon, this is the new moon, which is equivalent to the New Year's Day of the astrological calendar. Why? Because Aries is the first month of the astrological calendar. So the astrological calendar is broken up into male months and female months. And the male months are from Aries to Libra. And then the female months are from Libra back into Aries, through Pisces. And so today being the new moon of the sign of Aries, today is the first New Year's Day of the astrological calendar. So as you guys know, or I'm sure you know by now, that the astrological calendar, every new moon, we get the opportunity to reset. Okay? Every new moon. This particular new moon, we get the opportunity to reset for the month, for the year, not just the month. We get to reset for the whole year. And it's no coincidence that it is this amazing magical energy of Aries, because Aries is the sign of the ram. And the ram is the energy of not giving up, and it just kind of dives headfirst into everything. One of my favorite examples of this energy is, in Kabbalah, in the study of Kabbalah, there's the story of the parting of the Red Sea, right? And it says that the Israelites were were let go out of Egypt, and they headed towards the land of Israel, and they came to the Red Sea. And they got to the Red Sea, and Moses said to God, like, hello, what are we supposed to do now? What do you expect us to do? And God says to Moses, Matitzach alai, which means, why are you crying to me? And so Moses is kind of sitting there like, great. And now we have all of these Egyptians that are chasing after us. We have no other where to go. We have the sea in front of us. We have the Egyptians behind us. And then what ends up happening is this one man, his name's Nachshon. Nachshon starts heading through the Red Sea, heading right into the water. He goes right into the water, and it says that he is like almost drowning before the Red Sea actually parts and the Red Sea actually splits. He had what we call absolute certainty that he was going to get to the other side of that Red Sea no matter what. Now, one little known fact about that individual, Nachshon, is that he was an Aries. Okay? So that, for me, is such a symbol, such a sign, such a great metaphor for the power of this energy that we have today. How we can all channel our own inner Nachshon and go and head first into whatever it is that we feel is a barrier that's blocking us from getting to what we really want. In this case, it's the promised land, right? And so this energy of just blazing forward and going through is an energy that is attributed to the sign of Aries. Okay? Basically, to make a long story short, as my friend Irina would tell you, to make a long story short, it's time to put a fire under your ass. Okay? It is time to celebrate, and it's time to celebrate our collective rebirth. This is a time in which everyone gets the opportunity to start over. So if 2022 has not been going as you have planned, now is the time to completely let go with reckless abandon and say, what can I choose now that will create greater for me, that will create greater for the world? And go for it. You have the support of the universe. The one thing we also want to tap into in right now in this time, especially in this early moon cycle in the next 2 weeks, is we want to tap into that energy of confidence, right? What will it take for us to embrace our confidence and to feel that light and to feel that energy at all times? Speaking on the topic of confidence, I actually have a really, really exciting video that we're going to release next week. It's actually a program called How to Become the Boss of Your Life in 18 minutes. How to Become the Boss of Your Life in 18 minutes. And it's all about confidence. So look out for that. It's going to be free for 30 days. Actually for 60 days. So you'll be able to download that course for free. So yeah, I'm plugging it there. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of the team that created it with me. And I think it's something that would contribute to you. So look out for that. You are all on my mailing list, I'm sure. If you're not, you can join the mailing list and you'll get a notice of when that's going to come out. So a little bit more about the sign of Aries. So Aries is like, it's so incredibly powerful. You know, it's so powerful, and it's so the precipice for change. It's so the precipice for acting with courage and just going after what it is that we want. Okay. And because we're looking at an energy that lasts for the entire astrological year, because it is the first of the astrological year, the energy that you plant and the energy that you ask for today will be reverberated within the next 12 astrological months. So remember, as we plant seeds, look at it literally. As we plant seeds, we usually plant like lots of them, right? Lots of clusters of them, because we're not really sure what's going to pop up or what's not going to pop up. So we dig the soil, we do the fertilizer, and then we plant the seeds, and we cover it, and we water it, and we walk away, we do this, we do that. So tonight in our manifestation, I want you to imagine that you have all the seeds imaginable that you could possibly want. And you're just going to gather and gather and gather all of those seeds. And you're going to gather all of those seeds, and all of those seeds are going to be planted tonight in our meditation. They're going to be planted tonight. And what we want you to know is we want you to know that it's safe for you to trust the universe and have the same certainty that Nachshon had, that you're going to receive all of those things in divine timing if you allow yourself to walk away, to nurture and take care of yourself, and also allow the universe to be a contributing factor in all of those things showing up for you. Okay, so some things that I wanted to talk about a little bit that are really, really interesting about this energy is, Aries is also the youngest of the zodiac, right? It's the energy that is like looked at as like the most immature sometimes. It's the energy in which the Aries is oftentimes the person who will do something, and like the class clown, for example, like they'll do something to get a joke or to get something, and then they'll regret it later, right? And it's so interesting. I actually don't know what Will Smith's astrological sign is. Oh my God, now I'm curious. I don't know what it's probably Leo, I think. I'm gonna Google it. But literally right before we went live with this, what happened is Will Smith resigned from he's a Libra. Very, very interesting. So Will Smith resigned from the Oscars. Now, this incident that happened to Will, or that Will created, let's say, on the Oscars on Sunday night, happened during, the solar month of Aries, not the lunar month of Aries, which starts today, but it happened during the solar month of Aries. And it was probably one of those things that he did that he's probably going to regret for the rest of his life. Okay. And that is something that is very common with an Aries type energy. Even though they won't talk about it, they will often do things reactively, and pretend like they don't matter to them, but they'll be super embarrassed and really kind of almost hold those things in for a long time. So it's interesting that today, right before we started today, that he actually resigned, because him resigning is probably better than him being kicked out of the academy. So, what will it take today for us to also plant the seeds of having an awareness of our actions, an awareness of how we go about getting what we want? Okay. And communicating what we want and expressing what we want and articulating what we want. How can we go about that? What will it take for us to go about that and to do it in a balanced way, as to create more, space, to create more love, to create more peace, to create more connection, as opposed to creating what are we looking for? We're creating chaos, creating disconnect, right? I've worked with Will Smith. Actually, I had the opportunity. I was in the movie Men in Black 3, and I played an agent, and I was in a scene with Will Smith and Emma Thompson, and he's a wonderful human being. I will tell you that right now. From the time that I spent with him, which was many, many weeks, he was a wonderful being. He's a kind man, so generous, so loving, really took care of everybody. So the character that I saw displayed was so in contrast to anything that I know about Will Smith. And that was a stressful set. It wasn't an easy set, but I perceive that, and also which comes with the energy right now with Aries, as I perceive that there's something much deeper that's actually bubbling underneath. And this was one of those moments in which the fire and the water, the emotion of the water and the fire of the ego created such steam that it created this explosion for him in his life and also for his family. So what will it take for us to have to be balanced, be balanced in our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, so that we don't go off the deep end, right? So that we don't go crazy with that energy. We want to make sure that, because Aries is the water of the fire, so they're very emotional and they're also heated as well. What we want to make sure is that we are the vessel, we are the channel. It's like, you think of the pot as the thing that separates the fire and the water, because if you put water on fire, it would just fizzle out and become steam, right? So with this, spiritually, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have that pot, so that the water can boil, and that so that something and the steam can happen, but that we can actually use that energy to contribute to us instead of short circuiting, like putting the fire out. So right now is really, really a time in which we want to be aware of our emotions. We want to be aware of that energy that tries to block us, or that tries to get the best of us sometimes, where we do things reactively. Now, something else that's important to remember about the sign of Aries is that it is ruled by the planet Mars, and Mars is the planet of war. Okay, war in how that relates to our life, not just talking about like on a global stage war. I'm talking about war from the point of view of how we go about confrontation in our life. How do we go about confrontation? How do we go about getting what we want? How do we go about really going for what we want? What's the energy that we have behind that? Now, the other sign that is actually ruled by Mars is Scorpio, right? So you have both of these energies, and Scorpio is the fire of the water, and Aries is the fire of the water. Scorpio is fire of the water, and Aries is water of the fire. So they both have this energy, this really emotional, intense energy that they can be pretty calm, pretty cool, and then they lose it and they explode and all hell breaks loose. Okay, so let's all be mindful of that energy that exists within us. The reason that we come here to meditate together, to plant seeds, to manifest, is because even though you may not be in Aries, you have Aries in your chart somewhere, okay, most likely. And also, the influence that we are under right now is also felt within you, okay? So On that note, before we start to do the manifestation, I want to share something else that a lot of astrologers don't necessarily talk about, but I think is important. And that is that the first 12 days of the sign of Aries, imagine that they correspond to each month, each sign of the zodiac. So, for example, today is indicative of the sign of Aries. Tomorrow will be indicative of the sign of Taurus, and so on and so forth. Gemini, Cancer, Leo for the next 12 days. Now, if you imagine that every single one of those days is a microcosm for the month that you'll have in that, for the energy that is perceived in the month that manifests. If you have that awareness right now, what I would like for you to do is grab the energy of what you want your entire year to look like in the next 12 days, and every single day manifest for what you want to achieve and what you want to see happen in that corresponding month. Okay, this is something that comes from Rav. I believe it's Rav Isaac Luria, who was a very famous Kabbalist who spoke about this in many of his writings. He was also an astrologer and knew a lot of the secrets of reincarnation and what have you. And he would often talk about these energies right now that are available. And that comes from the Kabbalah. What else can I tell you that is super? Oh, yeah, this interesting little tidbit. So check this out. With Saturn and Mars, I was making some notes. So with Saturn and Mars joining on this very same day, Saturn is the planet of judgment. Mars is the planet of war. The energy suggests it's time to double down and truly commit to your goals. Saturn always wants you to take responsibility for where you are in your life and where you want to be. And Mars wants you to pursue your dreams with passion and ambition. Okay. Combined, there is a deep call for you to let go of any fear that may be sabotaging your progress and get on with it. And on that note, we are going to do our manifestation, holding on to that energy for you. Okay. So, before we begin the meditation, what I'd like for you to consider and think about is get an overall sense of what you want this month and this year to look like. Get a sense of the vibration, the energy, get a sense of the love, get a sense of the gratitude, get a sense of the accomplishment, get a sense of how you will display your purpose and your target in the world. What does that look like? What will that be to embrace all of that? And really focus on abundance tonight. Okay. I'm not talking just about abundance and money, although I am definitely talking about abundance and money. I'm talking about abundance in everything. Abundance in good health, abundance in happiness, abundance in love, abundance in joy. Okay. As we focus on those things, we receive more and more of those things. Going back to my buddy Will Smith, imagine that here he is, like probably the pinnacle of his career, maybe even what he perceived to be the pinnacle of his life, like the greatest moment, right? Something so important, something so valuable, something so powerful that there was definitely something else going on underneath, right? What if there wasn't? What if the vibration really, like he was really tapped into gratitude? He was really tapped into love, really tapped into that energy. He may have chosen to act out in a different way. He may have chosen to handle the situation in a different way. And that's one of the things that we can grasp tonight and grab hold of tonight is that as we really, really, really work to live a life that is of joy and in joy and in happiness, it doesn't matter what comes our way. We know how to be able to handle those energies with ease, how to handle those energies with glory. Hi, loves. So great to see you guys. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Okay, so let's get started. So we want to definitely manifest for joy. Hi, my love. Hi, baby. We definitely want to manifest for joy. We want to manifest for love. We want to manifest for everything. But let's leave it with the lightness and the playfulness as if you were a child going to the toy store with your parent who would buy you anything. Even if you didn't have a parent who would buy you anything that was at the toy store, then ask. Tonight, imagine that you're going to the toy store with your parent who will buy you anything. Okay. And we'll just have a lot of fun with that energy because I want you to receive everything that you desire. I want you to have everything you desire. The universe does. So let's play with that energy and let's have fun. How does it get any better? What else is possible now? Right. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and close our eyes. And as we close our eyes, let's find ourselves in our heart. Okay. Our heart chakra, the source of infinite potential for us. Now let's begin by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And now let's begin by shifting our awareness to the center of the earth. And as we shift our awareness to the center of the earth, let's imagine this beautiful energy swirling in the center of the earth. And as we imagine this energy swirling in the center of the earth, let's imagine it scooping up fresh earth energy, coming up through all the layers of earth, coming up through the soles of our feet, through our ankles, our calves, our knees, and our thighs, and traveling up through all of our chakras, and popping up outside the top of our head and forming a beautiful ball of light. See yourself in this ball of light. And now imagine this ball of light traveling up, out past the space that we're in, higher and higher and higher, out past Earth's atmosphere, out into outer space, past different planets and galaxies and Milky Way, and higher and higher and higher beyond there, out into different layers of light, some light and some dark. Imagine those layers traveling through there until we come to a beautiful golden-like light. Allow your ball of light to travel through the golden-like light and through a jelly-like substance light, and through a jelly-like substance light, through a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion, and enter into the 7th plane of all that is, the plane of creation, of oneness, of complete totality. Immediately, you allow your ball of light to dissolve into this energy. And you feel this tingling sensation all over your body. This pearly-like essence of oneness. And as you feel this energy, I want you to imagine that there's a giant pyramid standing in front of you, like the pyramids of Egypt. And I want you to imagine slowly walking towards this pyramid. And with each step that you take towards this pyramid, and you get closer and closer and closer to it, you realize that this is your pyramid. And as you enter into this pyramid, I want you to begin to put everything that you could desire in this pyramid. Put all of your manifestations, all of the things that you are asking for. Make sure to include the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions. What would happen if you manifested for everything you want? And as you see and feel that energy, keep putting more and more things in there. These are the things that you want to manifest for the whole year. Remember, there's a law in the universe called the law of free will, which means we cannot manifest for others unless they choose it. So you can't manifest for your child to go to Harvard, but you can manifest that you receive all that is required to empower your child towards the highest, to making the highest choices, the best choices that he can possibly make. So you can manifest for that, but you cannot manifest for others. You cannot manifest for somebody that you want, that somebody who's dying that you want to live. You can't manifest for those things because those are all on other people. You can manifest for how you feel, what kind of space you want to hold for others. So, what kind of space do you want to hold for others? Would you like for this year to be your year of stepping into your power as a spiritual being, as a spiritual leader? Would you like to choose that? Would you like to know that you're worthy of choosing that? If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like to be able to be, know, perceive, and receive that you are the creator of your own life? Nobody else is the creator of your life. You are the creator of your life. Would you like to have that divine spiritual responsibility? If you'd like that, say yes. And just as I do that, all of a sudden I see another pyramid within that pyramid. And what I'm perceiving is that we're going to have the opportunity to ascend through many different pyramids this year, right? Okay, so now I'm being shown 12 pyramids. So that makes sense as to knowing that right now we have the opportunity to reveal every single one of the gifts that is available within those pyramids. So now what I want you to do is I want you to open the door to the next pyramid and put the energy into that sign of Taurus. Open the next pyramid. Would you like to know what it feels like to get out of your comfort zone, to know that it's safe for you to get out of your comfort zone, to know that you know how to enjoy yourself, to enjoy worldly pleasures with balance, with harmony, and with choice? If you'd like that, say yes. And then we enter into the pyramid of Gemini. Would you like to know what it feels like to know how to finish what you start? That it's safe for you to finish what you start, and that by finishing what you start, you close the chapter so that you can start new things. Would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to be grounded, that you know how to choose, that you know how to use your intellect in the highest and best and easiest way imaginable? If you'd like that, say yes. And then we enter into another pyramid. This is the sign of Cancer. Would you like to know what it feels like to have healthy, balanced emotions, that it's safe for you to have healthy, balanced emotions in everything that you do? And then you see another pyramid. You walk through that pyramid, and this is the energy of the sign of Leo. Would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to, when to, where to, and that it's safe for you to use your ego to work for you instead of against you? That you know how to be a leader, a divine leader, a spiritual leader, that you know how to live your day-to-day life, knowing that true control comes when you are truly connected to the light of the Creator. If you'd like that, say yes. All of a sudden, here's another pyramid. Let's walk through this pyramid and we enter into the sign of Virgo. In the sign of Virgo, we know, would you like to know what it feels like? And that you know how to have your eyes focused on the details, but also with the big picture at the same time, that it's safe for you to focus on the details and the big picture at the same time, that you know how to, when to, where to communicate your desires in the highest and best and easiest way possible, and that it's safe for you to actually go after what you want with love, with compassion, with mercy. Bam. And now there's another pyramid. As you open up the door and you enter into this pyramid, you perceive the energy of the sign of Libra. So would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to have balance in your life, that you know when to, where to, and that it's safe for you to choose to include you in seeking balance in your life? If you'd like that, say yes. Would you like to also know what it looks like, feels like, tastes like, and smells like to release yourself from being a people pleaser? If you'd like that, say yes. So would you like to know what it feels like to be charming, that you know how to be charming, when to be charming, where to be charming, and that you are charming? If you'd like that, say yes. And then there's another pyramid, and we enter into the sign of Scorpio. Would you like to know what it feels like to release yourself from rejection, resentment, regret, and anger that you have towards anyone and anything that you are holding on to? That it's safe for you to let go of these things, that you don't need to hold on to these things to define you. If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like to have healthy, balanced energy in all your desires, especially your sexual desires? If you'd like that, say yes. Would you like to know how to use your intuition to the highest and best and easiest way, and that you know how to perceive the universe around you at all times? Wow. Now we have this sign, we have another pyramid. We walk through this pyramid, we see this beautiful energy that is the sign of Sagittarius. So would you like to know what it feels like to know that you're a miracle maker, that you know how to be a miracle maker, that it's safe for you to be a miracle maker, that you can be a miracle maker for others, for the universe, for choice? If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like to be present, to appreciate the miracles in the present, and that in the present is the state of allowance to create greater? You don't always have to be on the hunt. You don't always have to be on the chase for something greater. Everything great is happening here. Would you like to know what that feels like? Anything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, can we destroy and then create it? Great. And there's another pyramid. And we enter into this sign of pyramid, and this is the sign of Capricorn. It's icy in here. So would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to release all your walls and barriers of trust, of your lack of trust, to let others into your life? That you know how to let others into your life, that it's safe for you to let others into your life, that the only true trust is the trust that comes when we are connected to all that is, when we are connected to the universe, right? When we place our trust into the hands of other people, places, or situations, 99% of the time we will be let down. So would you like to know what it feels like to release yourself from holding others accountable for you to trust? If you'd like that, say yes. Would you also like to know what it feels like to have balance in your work life? Capricorn can be very, very, very aggressive with work. And so beautiful. And so here we have another window, another doorway, another pyramid into the sign of Aquarius. Wow. Would you like to know what it feels like to remain grounded while always having your eye on the big picture at the same time? If you'd like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to be a champion for a greater cause, but also to champion those who are next to you, who love you, who care for you, who adore you? That it's safe for you to take care of your home, your environment, to nurture those that are the closest to you. If you'd like that, say yes. And here we have our last pyramid, the pyramid, which is the sign of Pisces. So would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to, when to, where to, and that it's safe for you to have balance in all areas of your life and to be able to use your sensitivities as a navigating system? Would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to live your day-to-day life without being a victim? That you know the power of responsibility and the power of choice that you have at your will all the time? If you'd like that, say yes. Wow, I was not prepared for all of that amazing energy that they're sending us about the entire year, guys. So we just manifested for the entire year. So what I want you to do now is gather all that energy from all 12 pyramids. And now imagine this huge beam of light coming up through all the pyramids, through you, traveling up through you, through your crown, and through the point of all pyramids, heading out to the highest vibration, the highest place imaginable. You see that light like a lighthouse. And now all of a sudden you see all these people from all over the world that see your light. And they begin to walk towards your light. They begin to walk towards your lighthouse. And as they walk towards your lighthouse, as they do so, you invite them. They see your pyramid and you begin to invite them into your pyramids. And as you invite all these people into your pyramids, you realize that these are the people that are going to help you manifest all of your dreams, your desires, your goals. Welcome them in, welcome them in, welcome them in, one by one by one by one. Bring them all into your pyramid. And now all of a sudden you see that your desires, your manifestations are also in a perfect vibrational match with theirs. And we can see the interconnectedness of all things. You see your pyramids being full of all these people, like-minded, like-hearted souls who are contributing to you to create greater for you at all times. Would you like to know what it feels like to know in every single cell of your body that all of this is manifested in your life now? If you'd like that, say yes. And as you do, now I want you to imagine your pyramids all bursting into these beautiful golden speckles of dust, golden speckles of atoms and molecules. See them floating in space. And now imagine all of those atoms and molecules traveling through all of those layers that we traveled up, all of those layers. See them coming down further and further and further through all the layers that we traveled up. Now imagine them pouring down here into this physical realm. Imagine looking up and seeing all of these beautiful golden droplets of light, of energy dropping into your space. And as they drop into your space, they become your present reality. One by one, by one, by one. And as we welcome those energies in, we see what shows up physically in our lives. We recognize the power with which we have to create and actualize everything that we desire. Take a second to see and witness how these things will show up in your life. Keep visualizing. Beautiful. Anything and everything that doesn't allow you to be, know, perceive, and receive that all of this is in your life now, can we please destroy it and create it? Amazing. Now let's take our palms and rub our palms together faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And now take your palms and place your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you're ready, you can open up your eyes, allow that energy to come into your body, into your being. Place your hands on your heart. Congratulate yourself and thank yourself for being here, for dedicating this time and this energy to you, to your creation, to your manifestation, to your actualization, to you creating greater in the world. Wow. Thank you for your ask. Thank you for everything that you asked for. Thank you for the demand that you be. Remember, these next 12 days, please be fun. Please be playful. Please be light. Okay? Really, 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 we're in the time of great reflection. So whatever you manifest will be reverberated in your life now. Hi, Chloe. Mwah! I love when the kids come play with me. Guys, have an amazing and miraculous, miraculous new moon and a miraculous new month. Have way too much fun. And I'll see you back here on the full moon in the sign of Libra happening in 2 weeks. Okay? Have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for joining us. Bye, guys.